This is a little bit of breaking news, you guys, and it is a developing story. It's been a minute since we've talked about 90 Day Fiance over here on Reality Squad. I actually have talked in my Monday live streams that I miss old school 90 Day Fiance. It's probably been a good couple years since I've even watched any of the many 90 Day spinoffs because I think I just got franchise fatigue. And honestly, everyone on the show, it just feels like people are looking to be influencers rather than scamming for a green card, which is why we all originally tuned into the series to begin with, right? I'm only partially kidding. There were, of course, the true love stories like Lauren and Alexi, and that was really sweet to watch. But it was really the Danielle and Mohammeds of the franchise that kept people tuning in. Let's keep it all the way real. Season 6 of 90 Day Fiance introduced us to the biggest doofus on the planet, Aaron Rosenbrook, and the devil herself, Lita Margaretha, and I might be pronouncing her name wrong. I apologize. Lita is definitely top of many people's pyramids for biggest 90 Day Fiance villain, and this couple has continued to be a mess after their stint on the show ended. Lita has been charged with financial crimes, and the couple have recently exchanged domestic violence arrests between them. Well, now this train wreck of a couple's story has taken an unimaginably tragic turn with the death of their 5-week-old daughter. We have a lot to talk about. Let's get into today's video. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. I feel like I need to start off with a little bit of backstory of myself and how I even became a content creator covering reality shows. In November of 2019, my obsession with all things 90 Day Fiance and Love After Lockup led me to start an Instagram account meant to meme the shows, and I called myself 90 Days After Lockup. I pretty quickly realized I didn't want to niche myself that far down to only 2 shows, so I, in short time, changed the name of my account to Reality Squad. In September of 2020, after I had moved to Florida, I decided to really give YouTube a go in earnest. I had dabbled with a couple of videos prior, but it was really in the fall of 2020 when I decided to get serious about YouTube content creating. Eventually, I got sucked into the Sister Wives universe, and this channel has obviously leaned heavily on Sister Wives content over the last few years. But when I first started out, you guys, I was a 90 Day Fiance girly. Lita and Eric are one of the more notorious 90 Day Fiance couples for just how awful Lita was and just how big of a dumbass Eric seemed to be.
Right now, I'm thinking about calling up the wedding because I don't feel like Eric is making me as priority. He promised me to take care of me and Alessandro, and he spent more money to the child support thing than he's been spending to me and my son. I just want Eric to stop paying it, that's all.
I don't expect you to be happy about me having to pay child support. I don't expect that. You were insisting that I become a deadbeat dad to my daughter, and that hurt a lot, okay? But the fact is, she's my daughter, she's my responsibility, I love her.
Do you think that me and Alice still your priority or what?
You and Alice are always a priority, and you'll always be priority. But Jenica is also...
No, his priority is gonna be like on the top. Where am I? Maybe level 2,
No,
3?
you are equal footing with my daughter.
No, that's not priority means.
Because she is family too.
That's not priority means. Priority always number 1. Where am I?
You're number 1.
Okay, prove it then.
The cool thing about the United States is because of immigration, a lot of us, like myself, end up a mishmash of a bunch of different nationalities. There is probably a better way to put that, so forgive me if that was crass. Part of what a lot of people loved in watching 90 Day Fiancés was seeing countries from our gene pool represented on the show. My grandfather, rest his soul, was Indonesian. So when I heard that Indonesia was going to be represented on 90 Day Fiancé, I was so stoked. But then we get introduced to the devil herself, and then I was like, womp womp. Make no mistake about it, Lita fucking sucked. She literally didn't want doofus Eric to pay child support for his kids, and she expected herself and her son to rank higher on Eric's priority list than his own biological children. Eric and Lita were so deeply unlikable, people would have loved for them to have just faded away from the spotlight into obscurity. Let us franchise fans feel like we just hallucinated these Looney Tunes, but that was not to be. Lita always kept a pretty prominent presence on social media, and she used to engage pretty regularly with various 90 Day Fiance content creators. Lita's social media antics over the years made her even more unlikable to people that were fans of the 90 Day Fiance franchise. So not only has Lita been a nuisance online, but she's been committing actual crimes. And in 2023, Lita was charged with a slew of financial crimes like felony theft from a business setting, fraudulent data alteration, forgery, wire fraud against a financial institution, and felony bail jumping. I'll admit I am not fully up to date on how all of these charges have shaken out. I will have to check TMZ, but from a cursory Google search, it seems like some of the charges have been dropped. But as of July 25, she still has to resolve the wire fraud and the bail jumping charges. Apparently, in January of 2025, a pregnant Lita was arrested on charges of domestic violence and animal abuse. Because this couple has had such a tumultuous relationship, it was shocking to hear that one, this couple was still together, and two, that Lita was pregnant. It was sadly not shocking to hear that this couple was putting hands on each other and mistreating their animals. Truly gross behavior by two gross human beings. So that was January of 2025. The couple was back in the news just a few days ago when Eric was arrested this time for domestic violence.
According to jail records, Leida Margaretha's husband, Eric Rosenbrook, was arrested in Wisconsin just before 3 a.m. on Saturday, July 5th. He is currently in custody of the Adams County Jail on charges of domestic battery and domestic disorderly conduct. The 47-year-old's arrest comes after his wife Leida posted a series of Instagram stories claiming he slapped her multiple times. Leida stated Eric had been drinking and asked to hold the couple's baby. It was revealed Leida was pregnant when she was arrested after an altercation with Eric in January. Leida refused to allow Eric to hold the child.
His face was so red, and he looks like so sleepy, like that. Of course, I'm not gonna let him carry my baby, carry my daughter, right? And because of that, he got agitated. He slapped me again. He slapped me hard.
Leida admitted that her previous altercation with Eric resulted in her arrest, but she insisted it was always him who was the aggressor, usually after drinking. She said this time will be different because she documented everything. After talking about the altercation, Leida went outside of the couple's residence and filmed Eric in the driver's seat of her car. He was sitting slumped over the steering wheel and appeared unresponsive.
Jesus Christ. He's unresponsive?
I want to see if he's still untouchable from this, Leida later said in regards to Eric potentially being arrested. I want to see if he is still unable to get charges. Leida returned to Instagram later and claimed Eric drove off in her car. He stole my car, she said, before revealing that she had told police she planned to report the car as stolen. As previously mentioned, Eric was booked on charges of domestic battery and disorderly conduct. As yet, there is no theft charge in regards to Leida's car. There is also no DUI or DWI charge. Leida went through a garbage can and highlighted multiple empty alcoholic drink containers. The containers included 3 8% alcohol drinks and a single 16% alcohol drink. Police officers reportedly asked Leida if she wanted a no-contact order put in place. She said she hopes for an arrangement where Eric can only contact her via email so all of their communications will be documented.
And this time, it's over. It is over. I am done. I don't feel safe around him.
Leida Margaretha is still facing multiple charges after an altercation with Eric resulted in her arrest in January. Those charges include intentionally mistreating an animal, domestic disorderly conduct with use of a dangerous weapon, and felony bail jumping. She is due back in court next month for a review hearing.
Now, this is where the story takes an unimaginably tragic turn. So Eric gets arrested for domestic violence around 2 a.m. on July 5th. On the same day, there is a DCF report made for the couple's 5-week-old daughter. There's no detail on the report, only the box checked stating serious injury as confirmed by a physician. That was July 5th. Yesterday, July 10th, Eric posted this to his Facebook. It destroys me and shatters my world to announce that over the weekend, tragedy has struck. Yesterday at 12:53 p.m., after 5 days on life support, my beloved daughter, little Elisa Eleanor Rosenbrook, slipped the Shirley bonds to join her grandfather, Tom. I do not want well wishes or questions. I will not answer anything, read, or reply. I ask just for prayers for her. In addition to that, the YouTube channel Moving Mad obtained this audio of Lita describing pretty coldly, in my opinion, the death of her newborn daughter.
I'm just tired. I mean, I've been crying nights, days, I mean, I accept it, like completely accept it, because I knew that I lost her. But as soon as the doctor says there were a fracture on her back, and that's why I suspect, all of us suspect, that that's kind of related to what Eric did to me. Because when he hits me, even right now, I still unable to feel my left face. And then, exactly there's a nerve damage that the doctor said to me when I got myself checked, and that's that. So imagine if it's, because I didn't see if he hits Alyssa or not, but imagine if he did. It's really it's kind of related, but I'm not accusing, I'm just saying what happened, and that's that. I know, but before we find out if he is the cause, I will file a restraining order against him, because guess what? I want to get myself protected. I want to get my son and I protected. This is a contingency. This is serious. This is, even my dad says I don't want you to get killed, Leida. Go fucking home now. And I was like, I can't, Dad. I still have court to do. I still have a lot of things to do. So that's that. That's where we are right now, Maria. I mean, I know that she's not survived, but at that time, before I spoke to my dad, I still not accepting it. But after I talked to my dad, and I no longer resent my dad, and we basically reconcile, I feel good, and then I accept it, but now my grief, I'm done grieving. My focus is justice. That's it. Because I want to know. I never dropped the baby. And the baby was so fine. Could see her still moving legs before I found her unresponsive. And I had to call 911 and everything like that. Once they mentioned about the fractures on the back, that's the reason why we suspect something happened when Eric hit me on the face. Because if it make my left face numb, and then damage my facial nerve, what do you think is gonna happen to damage my baby? Of course, something's gonna happen too. If it happened, if he did hit that accidentally or something like that, I didn't know, I didn't see, because my eyes was closed. So this is why I request immediate autopsy, because it will help the police anyway. I want to know, because I don't want to live, blaming myself forever. No, this is not my fault. Never be my fault. So, yeah, Maria. I mean, we can go live. I mean, I can jump on your YouTube. Tomorrow, I don't know if it's 10:30 your time, is 9:30 my time. It's gonna be if I even available, because at 8 Central Time, my time, which is 9 your time, your Eastern, right, EST. I will have to be at the court. I have to file a restraining order first. That's my plan at 8. And 8:30, I will have my psychiatrist, my appointment with my psychiatrist, for half an hour. So that's that. I'm kind of occupied, but we will try to find way our time tomorrow, because the hospital provide me hotel until I check out on basically Wednesday, but
I want to get everything done at my county. It's like an hour and a half drive. Jesus Christ. Tomorrow before I come back here, because it's a lot. It's a lot of driving, you know. So that's that. But let me know if you can do it afternoon or something like that. We can try to working on it, or be like during evening time when when we are free, or when I don't know about their schedule.
So Lita is blaming the death of their newborn on Eric. She says that she has insisted on an autopsy ASAP, which, I mean, duh, they're going to perform one. This was a 5-week-old baby. The timing of the death is interesting because when was the child brought to the emergency room? When was 911 called? Because it was early on July 5th, like 2 a.m. Eric was being booked into jail, and this report of her being on life support was from later on the 5th. So did this all stem from the same altercation? I have a feeling Eric and Lita will continue to point the fingers of blame at each other, but my God, I cannot believe that these two actually reached a point where their shenanigans, whether intentional or not, caused the death of a newborn baby. My goodness. This story is still developing, and I'm sure more details will come out, so I will keep you guys updated. All I have to say is I am so sorry that your parents failed you, little Elisa. Rest easy in paradise, sweet girl.